Hey, good morning. So just we'll wait for some time. Am I audible? Because last time we had a lot of issues. This time I just want to make sure things are properly in place. Yesterday I just checked it out. Thing was working pretty good. But yeah, I wanted to hear from all of you guys that am I audible or not? Because that's really that would be really making sense to me. I could see, hey Rajib, good morning. I could see US aspirants, good morning. Hey Naresh, good morning. Dilip, hey, good morning. So maybe I'll be waiting for some little time because maybe just like I see the only 11 guys are joining. So maybe we'll wait for 2 3 minutes and then we'll start today's topic. Today I'm going to talk more on the SAP Conversational AI side, uh, but not a typical conversational AI stuff I will be talking. So because everyone knows that SAP Conversational AI mainly used for building the chatbot or building a conversational AI system. Uh, but yes, there are other side of story also. A lot of customer could get a lot of other benefits from SAP Conversational AI, and that's what exactly we are going to discuss today. So yeah, I guess we could start. So again, good morning. Good morning from Netherlands. I guess for some people it's a good afternoon in India. Whoever is watching me from India, it's I guess almost 12:30 noon time. And if someone is watching from US, then it's I guess good evening or good night. I don't know exactly. So again, welcome to SAP Cloud Platform Enthusiast Series Episode 2. And today we are mainly going to discuss about some other aspect which is maybe unknown to a lot of people, and that is I'll reveal after some time. Because mostly I guess people would see conversational AI as a building a AI based chatbot platform, but actually could do lot more with conversational AI. So, any idea that what exactly we are going to discuss or we are going to talk about today? Any idea? Yeah, I'm also watching another display where I see all the peoples are commenting. I'm trying to interact with all of you there. So if you know what exactly we are going to discuss today, okay, you could guess. I would love to hear all of your guess. So so whoever is new to conversational AI, just to give you idea of what conversational AI is all about, it's basically a NLP platform, which gives you a very good development experience to building a chatbot. But at the same time, you could do a lot more. Actually, to be honest, not only building a chatbot, you could train your chatbot. You can build at the same time. Different. You could integrate with a different channel like Facebook Messenger. You could integrate with Telegram or any other normal digital social media channel. So because ultimately the end user is going to use your platform, or you're going to use your chatbot in either WhatsApp or either Facebook Messenger or Telegram or Microsoft Team. More, if you go to more specific, business specific, it is they normally use Skype or Skype for Business or Microsoft Team. So that's how you connect your bot. At the same time, because it's a part of a continuous training and the continuous development process, right? So from the developer point of view or chatbot development point of view. You also have to monitor that, okay, what exactly people are chatting, and if something is going wrong, then you map it. So that's the reason you have also monitor options. But today we are not going to talk of any of this aspect. We are going to talk about something totally different, okay? And that's the reason I made a subject line today that, okay, beyond chatbot. So so let's before moving to any of the use cases or business stories, let me reveal what exactly we will be discussing today. I don't know how many of you have explored the conversational AI SDK or conversational AI APIs, which gives you a lot of things, to be honest. And one of the aspect is the sentiment analysis. Think about a customer. Normally, if you are dealing with BPO organizations, or or the contact center kind of scenario, where they don't have SAP, okay, they don't have a SAP HANA, or they don't have something like, which could give them a sentiment analysis features. But most of the contact center have a conversational AI to automate their customer support process, right? So today we'll see how the conversational AI actually is gonna help a contact center. Because normally when organizations who deals with this contact center kind of scenarios, they also have a quality assurance in the place, because quality assurance plays a very very crucial roles. And this is one of the interesting use case. I remember I was to be honest, like it was on March. I was discussing with one Canadian company, and the use case was pretty interesting what they are implementing. So they are Canadian based company, and they are normally running BPO, to be honest. Okay, they're mainly contact center, and they actually heavily invest on quality assurance of the call, because it's very important for any kind of contact center to have a crucial quality assurance team in the place, right? Because there you know that, okay, that how the call is happening, how the interactions between your agents and the customer is going on. So they were heavily investing, and at the same time, it was a very tedious job, because the guys who will be from the quality assurance team, it is very difficult for him to understand for him to understand that that where it is going wrong, actually. Because they have to hear all the recordings, and based on that they normally, they score a particular call. Okay, what kind of impressions it was it good, the interactions between the agents and the customer was good or bad. So that's the reason they were looking for a automated solution which can gives you a lot of insights to make their job very very easier, to be honest. And then we saw there's a very good solutions we could actually get from conversational AI, and SAP Conversational AI is also doing pretty good there. So how's the solution is, because the every conversational AI has a embedded features called sentiment analysis. So when we text, or when we text to bot, or when we chat with our bot, it has embedded features which could give you, okay, was it a very negative, was it very positive interactions, or was it very kind of neutral. And to be honest, they were looking for kind of a dashboard, or kind of a solutions which could actually gives them a report, that okay, each day how the call was, how the interaction was between your agents and the customers, and what was the total impressions, like, kind of how many percentage we had a negative, how many percentage we have a positive interactions, how many conversation we had a very positive. So So that's the but in order to build those kind of dashboards, you need to do a lot of stuff. So how we're going to do is, this process is very simple. So every contact centers, they have their all the recordings. To be honest, they have a recording repository, maybe in the WAV format, or MP3, or any kind of audio files they have. And there we need to first convert this audio file to text. Actually, it's like a speech to text kind of stuff, to be honest, you know. And it's like you could use kind of Google speech, Sonic's AI, or TensorFlow based any kind of custom model. That basically what it does is, basically it converts your uh, audio file to text, because ultimately, in order to extract the kind of sentiments from your text, you need to first convert it, right? You need to convert from audio to text, then you could actually send to your conversational AI. So here, if you see the very simple diagram I just brought, I actually didn't make or didn't prepare any big slide, but to give you idea, or but to just make things more simpler, I draw a very simple process flow. Okay, here in the left side, you see there's a repository. There's a contract center quality control repository, where they actually store all the recordings between agents and the customers, in the customer, definitely. And then you have in middle, you have it could be a pipelines, where you could say that, okay, I have a speech to text in the place. Okay, it could be any kind of framework. It could use a Google, it could use Sonics.ai. There are a lot of frameworks now available in the market, in order to convert your audio file to a text. And then you have a SAP Cloud Platform, or even you could yeah, because normally, if you are dealing with SAP Conversational AI, because it's a part of Cloud Platform service, it would be in Cloud Platform. So you could use any kind of SDK. It could be a Node, it could be a Python, it could be Java. I mean, normally, I am very comfortable with Node.js, so that's the reason I just drop this particular stuff with Node.js. But you could use actually Java, Python. A lot of SDKs are available. Actually, today I'll show you where you could see all the SDK, and what kind of methods you could use for analyzing this particular text. So then what happens, like these Node.js applications, or these Java applications, or Python application, which is actually integrated with the conversational SDK. What it does, it basically takes all the input feed. Okay, it takes all the input, like speech to text. From the speech to text layer, it takes all the input text, and it passes to your conversational AI. By the way, you don't need to build skills for that. Okay, it's an embedded feature, so you just can create or generate a very basic chat, very basic bot with even no skills, and it could give you options to extract the sentiment analysis within just a 2 minute, or I guess the whole process take hardly 5 to 6 minutes. Create a bot, and then you create a Node.js applications which you talk to conversational AI through the SDK, or even I guess you could use the REST API, which is available for the conversational AI. The people who is not comfortable in Node.js, they could directly use the REST API. But normally, I always prefer to use the SDK. Because that gives more flexibility. To be honest, you could do more calculations, more manipulations. But yeah, same thing you could do is with the REST API too. So I'll show you how basically it happens. Maybe just a minute. So this is where I was talking about. Okay, I don't know how many have you seen this conversational AI SDK. So available where the documentations are available. You could go github.com SAP Conversational AI, and there you see a lot of stuffs actually, to be honest. Is even if someone, for example, you want to build a custom web chat, you could see that how you could build that, then here what I'm talking about is the SDK Node.js. So this is was very important stuff. This is very, very important stuff. uh, Here actually you could see this is analyze your text, and if you just like want to use a first conversational AI, what you need to do is you need to use either, if you're using Node.js, definitely you can just install like this, okay, and then you just you can start using your all the methods which is available. So in order to get the sentiments, or in order to extract the sentiments from a particular I would say text, just like a 4 line of code, I guess. It's not even more than a 4 or 5 line of code. So you see here, basically you are importing the library, and then you're creating objects, you're creating a request here. By requesting object, then this is the method, okay. This is the method analyze text, to be honest. Okay, so this is the method where you have to pass the text, and once you pass the text, it gives you a lot of informations. A lot of informations means like intent you could get, then you could get the other aspect. For example, if the particular text, if you have already built the skills, and you want to know, okay, what exactly intent is getting triggered. Maybe you want to use it for something else, maybe not for bot building, but maybe something else. You want to see, okay, which intent is getting triggered. So you could actually get all the information. It's a very handy documentations are available in this particular GitHub. But today what we are going to do is I'm going to show you, okay, how to build this, okay, how to build this in terms of how to import this SAP CI SDK. Then what I'll do is I will try to show you, okay, where we could see the sentiments. So for that, before that, what I'll do is in order to do that, I will go to SAP Conversational AI. So you log in it. As I was telling you that, okay, you don't need to build any skills. Okay, you don't need to build any skills. So what I'll do is I'll just create a bot without any skills. Okay, you see there's a greeting, small talk, whether even I'm not going to use any standard skills which is available. So for this demo sentiment analysis, okay, and I'm not going to also add any kind of topics, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna just create an empty chatbot, okay, and I'll show you. This is really pretty cool. I mean, when I explored this, I was like, oh my god, this is something it could be very, very beneficial for all the customer who doesn't have HANA, or who doesn't have any kind of text analysis features. They could get a sentiment analysis. So this is really embedded or standard, and it works pretty well. I actually checked with a couple of AWS product feedback, and it was really working good. So I will just make it non-vulnerable, okay, and make it maybe a public bot that I could make. So you see, there's not a skills, not a single skill, not a single intent I have developed. So what I need is, in order to use this features, I just needed this particular token. To be honest, this particular token is very important. This is how you which is, yeah. So someone asked the questions: is it also possible to analyze the text from languages which is other than English for the speech or audio file? Yes, it should be available, because there are 4 languages it supports, which is part of gold entities. So it's have a gold entities. Definitely it should be possible, but I never tried it. But I'm gonna try it out. Thank you for that. I'm gonna try it out. But yeah, it should be possible. I feel it should be possible. So this is where you get the token, and I'm just gonna create a simple application. So here I actually have ready-made created applications, but how to in order to use it, I'm going to create another applications in front of you. So it's demo send. Okay, and then I'll just cd demo send. So basically we are just sorry, demo send. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is a wrong stuff I did. Okay. So yeah. So I will, what I'll do is I'll very basically I'll just create a simple Node.js applications which will show the capabilities of these particular features. And at this, after that, in order to package it, what you're going to do is we're just going to create a very simple Express.js applications, okay, which could expose it as a REST API, and finally you could deploy it in SAP Cloud Platform. For example, if you don't know how to create a REST API using Node.js or Express.js, there's a very nice live shows or live hands-on sessions covering by Navid Madan. I guess you could watch his live. I guess its name's not just for ABAPers, to be honest. Okay, so it's a very nice courses he has designed. I have seen. Okay, so someone asked Patil how different accents for same languages are handled by the speech to text converter. Okay, so it depends, for example, that's the reason, like in this particular domain, like speech to text converter, also there are a lot of companies are also struggling. So it's all depends on how your machine learning model is trained. So ultimately, if you look at the Google Cloud to speech to text, it's more on the, I guess it's worked pretty good with American accent. Uh, then also it works good with European accent. Uh, but sometime, yeah, I mean, not, I don't know, I haven't tried kind of to be honest, in the Asia specific, but it works pretty good with India, American, European accents, to be honest. So you have to I mean, for example, you are building something, okay, you are dealing with a particular region, so definitely you have to make sure when you'll be choosing your products, you have to make sure that that speech to text converter supports, or it's pretty much understand the accent you are speaking, to be honest. Okay, so but I would say like Google Cloud speech to text works pretty well with all kind of accent, because I was dealing with one of the customer is basically Canadian one, and they had a contact center, to be honest, in Europe. At the same time, they had American, and they were using Google. So the sometimes some customer, even they build their own TensorFlow model. So it's like they train the accent as per their requirements. So if you want to go with that kind of developments, then you don't need to even use a Google Cloud or all. You just build your own machine learning model which would accept or which would understand that the region you are targeting, to be honest. Yep. So back to our the application developments. Okay, so what I do is I have to create a struct folder. So it's a demo send. Okay, and here I will create a new. So normally it's just I'm creating a Node.js applications which would talk to your conversational AI through the SDK. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. And see, send. Okay, nice. So npm init. So very simple stuff, to be honest. It's just like I'm spinning up my Node.js applications, and as per the documentation, it says like, you need to install this, you need to import this SAP CI, right? SAP CI SDK. So what I'm going to do is very simple. In order to install this, I just need to execute this command. So by the way, it's like this SAP CI SDK is also available in the NP. I mean, because it's a part of NPM, definitely it's available in NPM. You could also see the documentations, okay, for different I mean, basic methods in NPM also. But I feel like this GitHub documentations from the SAP Conversational AI is pretty well documented, and it helps people in order to understand. Okay, someone asks, I believe the idea here is not about as this will be based on the speech conversation engine, but here it's more about how we can leverage converted text to data. Yes, you are right. To be honest, I don't know is your name. It seems the U.S. aspirants. Yes, you are right. It's more about actually how to get the insight from the text, actually converted text. You are so if you look at this GitHub documentation, it's pretty good and it's very easy to understand. It's you don't have to struggle too much. I feel, and there are also a lot of sample projects that are available. So what we're going to do is we are just going to jump directly to our SAP CI SDK, and this is how you could use different method. So I have already created one sample. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use that one. Okay. So in order to use this, what I have to do is I just need to. This is how you import the library of Node.js SPCI, and then if you want to connect to the bot, you need this particular token. So this is where you get the token. This token is very important. If you don't pass this token, then your client applications or your Node.js applications would be not able to connect with your SAP Conversational AI. So in order to do that, I guess this pretty simple things. Okay, this is where C V, and I will just copy this particular token. Okay. Yeah. So once you create a request, then actually you could use the all the methods are which are actually mentioned here, like request that analyze text. So it's pretty good. I mean, it gives you all the type of stuff. To be honest, let me just copy this snippet. Okay, that's good. And what we are going to do is in order to get the sentiments, you see here also they have mentioned the attributes. So in order to get the sentiments, what you need to do is you need to in the response you need to pass this, or you need to pass these attributes, and then you get the sentiments are very positive or very negative. There are some other method also available, like if you want to use the sentiment helpers methods. If for example you wanted to know just it's a very positive, or it's a very negative, or it's a neutral, or it's a kind of just a positive, then there are a lot of boolean methods that are available. You could use is very positive or is very negative, something like that. Okay, but we'll just today what we'll do is we'll pass this particular attributes called sentiments. Okay, and these sentiments and also definitely we'll pass some text also, to be honest. Okay, and then we'll see, okay, what kind of sentiment it gives us back. So yeah, so what we're going to do is going to delete this. I'm just going to use this call fast sentiment and demo sent. Sorry. Okay, so this is how you get the actual sentiments, and if I want to print it, console.log, and I can pass the sentiment to just print it out. Okay, how it exactly looks like. Okay, fine. So now what we're going to do is I see all the functions. Here we will see you are, maybe I'll just pass a simple text, you are very nice guy. Twice. And let's see if we are able to execute it. See, that's what I was talking about. Here you have to pass the text, okay, and you see it's a very positive, sentiments it is giving us back. So let me try with something else. Your It was very pathetic interactions. Now let me try it out. See, it's a very negative. So that's how it's really works. I mean, you could actually build an API in terms of if you want to expose this particular functionalities, and if you want to integrate. Okay, I'm gonna answer your questions. I don't know exactly, I'm not able to pronounce your name, the last one. Yes, thank you, Naresh. I guess yes, you can extend till 90 days, but cloud cost is totally subscriptions. It has a different kind of subscription model. You can go with SAP Cloud Platform pricing calculator, and there you could see actually, okay, based on the service and based on the subscription and consumptions, you could see the cost. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Like you could see this is if you just need to pass the text, okay, here, and it gives you the sentiment. Now I'll show you something. I have actually collected couple of feedback, to be honest, from Amazon. Yesterday I was just trying to go through different kind of different, and I was really surprised that yeah, this is a very big reviews, and it was giving me the a proper sentiment. So I already built a REST API, so I'm not gonna build again. So I just showed you how we could actually use these particular features in SDK, using SAP SDK. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, this is where the already I have developed express applications, uh, which yeah, yeah, thank you. So this is where actually, I mean, you could pass your, I would show you, like, how I can pass the text, actually converted text, in a body payload, and you could get the sentiments. It's a positive or it's a negative. So let me spin up this express server for me. Okay, so cd back. Okay, cdci sentiment. Okay, so now my REST API server is actually running on the port 3000, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you it also works not only with a small text, it also works with it's a longer text also, to be honest. So here it is working on localhost 3000. So I'm going to use this. Yeah, I have also collected couple of review to just make it more simple, so that we will not different kind of product reviews from the peoples. So let me try it out. Yeah. See, here it's a very big stakes, to be honest. It's not a very simple like this. You are a bad guy or you're a good guy. It's understanding the context. Okay, what this particular guy is talking about. Is he really meaning something negative, or is really meaning something very positive? But in context of overall conversations. Okay, it's not about just like a small word or small chunk of words. So this is how it's really works. So let me try with something else, something something this like this. So, or maybe something like this. Okay, I'm going to copy here, and what I'm going to do is, yes, it says, I am very disappointed with purchase. I bought Amazon Basic charger for each of my family members in December and in March. Several of the chargers have stopped working, are not recognized by any of our numerous Apple devices. It's not an overuse issues as the one charger just sit in my office. So it's a you could see it's a very negative. But here he didn't use kind of any kind of words which would exactly in the first shot make a negative. So it understanding the overall context, that's one of the very great feature, I would say. uh, yeah, you see, it's a very negative. So that's how it really works, and that's how you could actually build your dashboard. You could integrate with your applications, and you could store this sentiment in somewhere. Okay, someone asked, apart from sentiment analysis, what else SAP CI can provide? Okay, so CI provides your. Sorry for if it is buffering. Maybe my internet is not that fast. I don't know. Uh, but someone asked, Mahesh Chandra VBNS. Okay, apart from sentiment analysis, what else CI provides? So CI provides, as I told you, the first. I don't know, you got a chance to look at the first presentations or first slide. It's very simple. Okay, I make it very simple for you. So it provides a platform, okay, end-to-end chatbot building platform where you can train your bot, where you can build your bot, where you can integrate with SAP, non-SAP, or any kind of solutions. At the same time, you can host your bot over Facebook Messenger or Telegram or Microsoft Team as per the business needs. And then, as it is a continuous development and continuous training process, because it's a part of machine learning, right? So that's how the machine learning works. You train, you build, you understand the errors. Okay, again you retrain your model. So that's how it works, and that's the reason you need a monitor. So you could monitor, okay, what exactly people are chatting, where it went wrong, and how you could make it better, how you could make the chatbot experience better. So that's how it really works, to be honest. So this is what you could get apart from sentiment analysis from the chatbot, to be honest. Yes. Yeah, so I guess there's some buffering is there. Sorry for buffering. Yeah, so I'm open to any kind of questions. So even some people who want to build their sentiment analysis, like there are another great use cases. I was thinking, because earlier days, we I guess most of the people who work with sentiment analysis, they also want to integrate with Twitter, to be honest. Like, if you want to know the how a brand is going on, okay, in Twitter, how for particular organizations, how the brand is customers are like totally, they are not satisfied. So even you could all the things you could do with the conversational AI, this embedded. Okay, so I guess we are almost at the end of the time. I'm open for questions. I guess there are some buffering. Sorry for that. I'm still improving. I'm trying to fix my setup, and hopefully very soon I'll be having a very complete YouTube setup, to be honest, where I mean people could watch me, or I could interact with people without any buffering, or without any issues, to be honest. Yeah. So if you don't have any questions, then maybe we could wrap it up. Okay, maybe I mean, if there is no questions further, then I guess we are good. We are almost 9:40. Yeah. Okay then. Then I wish you a happy weekend and keep exploring CI, keep learning, and maybe we'd see the next week something really cool with not CI, something maybe I would be talking some extensions stuff in context of SAP Cloud Platform Extension Factory, maybe like how to build extensions or even driven for SAP Cloud Library. It could be Concur or it could be something else. Okay, someone asked, is Node.js is mandatory to learn to work on cloud platform? See, yes, I would say it's like if you know any kind of full stack. I mean, if you know any kind of backend development, it could be Node.js or it could be Python, because ultimately it's a cloud foundry. You could deploy any kind of applications. So it doesn't matter. Like if you're good at Python, then I would say like, okay, you could develop almost all the stuff with Python also, because it's also have a lot of SDK support, a lot of library support from the open source community. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Arvind is right actually. So it's actually totally depends on the if it will depend on the architect, or who is basically taking the decisions like okay, in which framework they want to build the applications. But yes, Node.js much community support I see from apart from other programming languages.